It's time to predict that match card for you right now. WWE Clash in the Castle Scotland 2024. There is one match already announced at the time of recording. I've got 5 more matches I'm going to give to you here, including one of those being on the countdown show. So get your iron brew, your haggis, your fried Mars bars at the ready. Let's strap ourselves in and let's get straight into this match card. Starting then with match number 1, which we already know about, going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest will be taking on Drew McIntyre. So a bit of context here, I'll give you a bit of background, and I'll give you an early prediction as well. Stuff we can look out for in this match to keep this interesting, because, well, Damian Priest cashed in Money in the Bank on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 40 when Drew was pretty much cussing out CM Punk at ringside. Damian Priest took advantage of the moment when Punk had taken Drew out, and well, we've had to wait a while for Drew McIntyre to get the opportunity to challenge Damian Priest once again. Of course, being in Scotland, he's going to be the hometown boy. Despite being a heel in WWE at present, he is going to be, well, the hometown favourite. Priest is going to be the most hated man in the arena on that night. But we have to look at a couple of factors going into this. Drew did this last time coming to the UK in the main event of Clash of the Castle, didn't get the job done against Roman Reigns. Will that be the same here, or will Drew win this time around? Damian Priest wants to do it on his own. He does not want the Judgment Day's involvement. That's probably a good thing at the time of recording, because the rest of the group are messing up left, right and centre. But we have to also keep in factor CM Punk, because CM Punk is sporadically showing up on WWE TV. You never know when it's going to quite be there or not be there. There is a chance potentially he could turn up in Scotland and he could cost Drew McIntyre the match. Drew could have this one, and well, if CM Punk gets involved, there's a ref bump. CM Punk could be the most hated man in Scotland and not Damian Priest. It's certainly going to be a fun time, however they decide to book him. Early prediction for me, I'm kind of feeling that Drew McIntyre has to win this time round. I just feel with some of the other matches when we go through them, there could be some hometown people on this show, and if quite a few of them lose, I think that Scotland are not going to be very happy. However, I would keep in mind CM Punk, because that is a great way to just put the final nail in the coffin for when CM Punk returns, hopefully in time for SummerSlam, to do CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. However, that's possibly where CM Punk could screw Drew McIntyre another time, where he gets cashed in on for a third time in his WWE career. So let's predict the rest of the match card then. Starting with the WWE Women's Championship, I've got Bayley defending against Piper Niven. That's right, Niven, also from Scotland, challenging for a championship. That can be a theme you may see throughout some of these predictions. And yes, I mentioned before it would be key for Drew to win because of the fact that I don't see everyone Scottish winning on this show. I would have Piper Niven losing, because what we've been building Piper Niven up quite well for a number of weeks on WWE TV. She had a strong showing in the Battle Royal when we were trying to determine a new Women's World Champion, which of course Becky Lynch eventually won that Battle Royal. And Piper Niven's just been on a bit of a tear since. Even though she lost in Queen of the Ring, she had a very impressive performance when she was competing. So I think Niven here seems to be a shoo-in for this opportunity, especially as Bayley beat Chelsea Green in Saudi Arabia and Niven decided to put the beat down on Bayley after the match. It just seems perfectly put together for me. Do a number 1 contenders match, give Niven the spot, give her a shot in front of her home country. I think it'd be amazing for her. Bayley is pretty much hometown as well at this point, let's be fair. She's adopted by the UK crowd, singing for her each and every time she comes over, so you have to have Bayley on this show in my personal opinion. Bayley would retain, but I think this would be a fun and clever match to do from the SmackDown side. For the WWE Women's World Championship, I've got Liv Morgan defending against Lyra Valkyria. Yes, Valkyria not from Scotland, but she is from Ireland, not too far away. I think quite a few Irish people will be making the trip over for Clash in the Castle Scotland, so why not? Let's do it. Lyra Valkyria has had a very impressive showing since being called up from NXT, going all the way to the final of the Queen of the Ring tournament, defeating the likes of Dakota Kai, Io Sky and Zoe Stark to get there. Of course, she did lose to Nia Jax in the final, who is on the SmackDown side, who has now a championship opportunity at SummerSlam. Well, why not give Lyra the shout in the meantime? Give her a shot at the championship. She has been, well, having a bit of altercations with Liv Morgan backstage. She's taken a right hand for sure from Liv Morgan because, well, she's been close with Becky Lynch when Liv had the feud going with Becky. Lyra was there by Becky's side. So with Becky taking some time away from WWE right now, her contract has expired, why not put Lyra as the next person challenging? Doing it for Becky Lynch, and of course doing it for herself as well. She's arguably earned the opportunity. Would she get the job done? Not for me. I would have Liv Morgan retaining the championship here. She needs to keep that title now until Rhea Ripley returns. Does Dirty Dominik Mysterio make an appearance in the place where he first turned heel? Of course, the last time at Clash at the Castle 2022, turning on Rey Mysterio. I would make sure it happened. I think you need to have a little bit of links to Clash at the Castle from a couple of years ago, and I think Dirty Dom being a part of this, maybe accidentally on purpose helping Liv Morgan to win, could be something that would make a lot of sense here. So yeah, Liv Morgan will retain. It's a match I would do though for this show. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Who will he face on this show is a really legitimate question because it's not an obvious path at this point. Cody's had some really short feuds since WrestleMania. Nothing's been building for the long term at present. So it's going to be interesting to see what WWE is going to do. I don't think they're going to repeat the Logan Paul feud that he's had at King and Queen of the Ring. However, I do think there was a small chance we could get Cody versus AJ Styles one more time. AJ wanted another shot at Cody, says time is running out for him and his career. Nick Aldis said, look, as person to person, I'd love to give that to you, but you can't just have that. You've got to earn it. AJ said, well, if he's going to be turned down, he's probably going to make that opportunity for himself. So I think AJ is going to put himself back into the title picture. I'm quite happy to see this match one more time. I think it would actually add a bit of a personal feeling to it as well, and I think that would actually get a bit of spark going into Cody's run as champion, because although I've actually enjoyed the matches so far, I would agree perhaps with some people out there that have said that there's not enough story-driven stuff going on with Cody right now. It's kind of understandable though, with a PLE every 3 weeks being international. We're sort of not close enough yet to a SummerSlam where something can really spark and happen. So for me, in the meantime, let's repeat AJ Styles. There's no one clear on the roster that I think screams out as #1 contender, so let's do it one more time. Cody will retain, but I think, like I said, this one will feel more personal, and it could even be an opportunity to top what they did in France. Difficult, but it's doable, and I think the Scottish crowd will be just as loud as the French crowd were as well. Last match for the main show. I do have one more match for the kickoff, but before that, it's a random 6-man tag team match. Now, we did have a 6-woman tag team match the last time we did Clash. I'm going to do one for the men this time around, just connecting a lot of storylines in together. I would have Judgment Day, Finn Balor, JD McDonagh, and well, Carlito on one side. Of course, we have Balor and JD from Ireland. On the other side, Braun Strowman, who has been feuding with the Judgment Day, seemingly, mainly JD McDonagh at this point. Rey Mysterio, who's been feuding with Carlito. I was going to slot in Dragon Lee, however, someone that does seem to be still having a bit of a feud going on with the Judgment Day, or certainly wrestling them from time to time, is none other than main event Jey Uso. I think will return to the screens. Maybe will take the place of Dragon Lee, because Carlito is taking out members of the LWO. So that way you add just that bit of star power for the babyface side, going against this, I suppose, Judgment Day that's kind of refined at the moment. Certainly lost its way as a group, and certainly when it comes to wins and losses. The fact Carlito is sniffing around as well. Not too sure what I think about the Judgment Day at the moment. I think it could be time for the group to break up. Certainly, I do think there will be a reshuffle. Some members are going to be kicked out. I think new members are going to come in. I think we just have to see how that story is going to play out between now and potentially, I'd say, SummerSlam period. However, the babyfaces would go over for me in this one. One of the reasons also I have put this pairing together, in particular why I put Jey Uso in this match and not Dragon Lee, is because Jey Uso started having some fireflies with the way he does his entrance, and we are aware that the Wyatt Six look to be locked in to debut on Monday Night Raw after WWE Clash at the Castle Scotland, which of course will be at June the 17th. So if Braun, should he be a part of this group in some way? I imagine they would have respect amongst each other, the Wyatt Six and Braun, if he's not. With the Firefly stuff with Jey Uso, could be a first feud, could be a first target, or could just be a matter of respect. Either way, it's just something I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Let's see if it makes 4 or it makes 5. But for a victor of the match, of course the babyfaces will pick up the win here, because Judgment Day are useless at the moment. They can't buy a win. So yeah, I would have Braun, Jey Uso and Rey Mysterio picking up the victory. And for the countdown match for the Women's Tag Team Championships, we have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill going against Isla and Alba Fyre, the unholy union, who have pretty much been not used on SmackDown, but of course with the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions before those were unified, now they're on Monday Night Raw. They've not really had a chance to shine. I think they're going to take the opportunity of the #1 contendership away from Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Of course, being from Scotland as well, it makes sense to put them on this show to go for the Tag Team Championships. Would they win against Bianca and Jade? No, I do think Bianca and Jade are looking to hold those titles for a very long time. I do feel as well, giving my opinion here, I think they're doing wonders for the Women's Tag Team Championships. This would be the third premium live event in a row they would be featured on with these two ladies. Now, some may say, well, look, that would be two countdown shows that it's been featured on, but just think about the Men's Tag Team Championships, both sets of Men's Tag Team Championships. They've been missing for quite a while on premium live events. I think WrestleMania is the last time. So for those that are saying that these titles don't mean anything anymore, they certainly do, while Bianca and Jade are holding them. And I think many talents would be begging to get a spot on this show, whether it's a countdown spot or on the main show. And let's be honest as well, looking at the heels here with Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn, being from Scotland as well, what a great way to give a big pop to the Scottish fans in attendance there. Even before the show even starts, they'll be right into this match. It'd be great for the performers as well to actually perform in front of their home country for WWE. So in my opinion, this match, it needs to happen, although Bianca and Jade would retain. So that's me predicting the match card for WWE Clash in the Castle Scotland 2024. What matches do you think we will see on the show? Let me know in the comments below right now, and let me know if you agree with perhaps the early predicted results, maybe some of the fantasy booking I've done, if you like these ideas. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, share with a friend, subscribe as well, and if you want to see more from this channel, then check out the videos on the side of your screen right now. Thanks for watching, all the best, take care, and I'll see you for the next video.